Let's move on to the next thing. So we're going to talk about the death of music videos and the hip hop and the BT Hip Hop Awards and Soul Train Awards. So real quick, let's show a video. And this kind of will set the tone for what we're going to talk about. And this guy, I like this guy sometimes. He's kind of controversial. Um, we got to make sure that when we share, hold on, I'm gonna share this real quick. Share the screen, and I got to make sure I'm sharing my sound because I did not do that. Okay. All right. So this guy, Ray Daniels, he's very controversial. A lot of time I like some of his talking points. Music industry guy. And here he's talking about the BET Awards and Soul Train Awards being discontinued. So let's take a look here.
And we're gonna be honest about BET. We gotta say this. BET has been living off of what they did 20 years ago. Like, why would BET have hip hop awards or music awards? They don't play hip hop music or music at all. Right. They have no connection to music anymore outside of we once was a music channel. Same with MTV. Like, then we just stopped. It's like what you did it for is not even there. And by the way, the BET Awards is probably the biggest thing they got going. How will you call Black Entertainment Television and you're literally just a Tyler Perry channel? Mm-hmm. Like you're literally, and by the way, the Tyler Perry channel reruns for old black TV shows. Like, my nigga, you mean to tell me ain't nobody like I could be making $1 million a year at BET. I'm gonna be in that bitch really flip my table over. This shit whack, nigga. I'm cold out here, nigga. I'm lame out here, nigga. I ain't got nothing. Like, they ain't got a voice for the channel. They ain't got one person. They ain't got a 106 in part. They don't have a streamer. They don't have nothing. And we're gonna be honest about BET.
Okay, so there's my point. So I actually agree with him in that, like, because on the surface, yeah, I was ready to when I seen that they weren't having any hip hop awards, um, or yeah, any hip hop awards, and then Soul Train awards. I'm thinking like, damn, like they really killing our black platforms and then our award shows. But then what Ray just said makes I actually like that perspective and I agree with it. And it kind of it makes me flip over to that, like, where he's like, yeah, but like, why are we set, like, he's like, these channels are not even music channels anymore, so like why should they have a music awards? Like, yeah, So Train is not a thing anymore, you know what I'm saying? So why are we giving a, like, there's no platform that is like on the surface of that, so why are we giving out awards for this when it doesn't exist? Why is there a hip hop awards for BT when they don't even show no hip hop on the channel at all? There's no music videos ever, right? And that kind of took me down into, like, it made me think of it, and then this other post popped up, and I was like, wow, that's how I've been thinking. So the question is, are music videos dead? All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna get into what I think, and then I'm gonna talk about and react to like some other opinions about this. So that's the question: are music videos dead? So I tell people all the time, and people don't believe me, but and I say 15 years, but it's actually probably a little bit more than that. But 15 years is safe because I say 2010, right? But I'm telling you, it might be a little bit longer than that. But I tell people all the time, it's been about 15 years or more that I have not been in the loop with music videos, right? So in the last 15 years, because I would say like 2010 is really when, like, me in particular, but just in general, this is when I started streaming music like on a regular basis. You know what I mean? I remember I used to work at Radio Shack. We all had different phones. We used to listen to like satellite radio, but then that shit was on a loop. And then we was just like, well, then we discovered Spotify, right? Because Spotify, I don't know if it for sure, but Spotify came out before Apple Music in my worldview. You know what I'm saying? So Spotify comes out, and then you're literally looking. You're like, what? We could listen to all this for like, oh, we just got to pay one time, and so it obviously seemed like a great deal. You know what I mean? It seemed like a great thing. And I then became I was able to keep up with music all for the last 15 years without watching hardly any videos. And I be telling people all the time, when they be like, "Oh, did you ever see this video?" I be like, "No," like, whatever. Or they be like, "Oh, yo, I know you seen this video, right?" Nah, like, unless the only time I've seen music videos in the last 15 years is if one, the music video was so big and popular that like it became like a social media post, and like it was like a viral talking point, right? So I would watch videos then, um, or if that was like literally part of the rollout of the song was the music video. You know what I'm saying? But like once I started streaming music, I never relied on because we used to rely on TV and music videos to even know what was hot out there. But I kind of been off of that because I was a mixtape boy. You know what I mean? Like I was a prime consumer of mixtapes. So I was already listening to music that was not going to be featured on any music video, right? There was never going to be music video for a lot of the songs that I liked. And then when I got into streaming, it was like, well, yeah, I can still keep up with it. What do I need a video for? Like I know what's new. I know what's about to come out. I know I have and I have everything already. You know what I'm saying? Because streaming makes you at least makes you feel like you have all this music, even though we learn that, they can give it and take it away, right? So music videos for me have been dead for 15 years. 15 years for me. Now, I can't speak on everybody. And I know because yeah, I used to have debates. People were like, oh yeah, you need a video for that. I'm like, you don't need a video. You don't need a video for this, or this don't need a video. Or oh, they should have dropped the video. Why? Like just put the music out. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on one second, real quick. Hold on one second. So let me look at this because yeah, this was a post, right? And it said, "Are music videos dead?" And I'm probably gonna put a lot of stuff on the screen. Um, Many fans think so. So then it's like a carousel. So it says the way music videos do absolutely nothing for for songs these days is crazy. I've felt that way for 15 years. Because they keep putting them out the same day. It was supposed to be later to keep the momentum or to bring it back. So yeah, so one thing, yes, we used to hear the music first, then the music video would follow, and then we enjoying the album. We're into the album, and then like the second or third song that was like popular from the album would make a video, and then it would, yeah, bring us back and to buy the album again. Yeah, I mean, we'd be hype about it, like, oh, I mean, like sometimes people wouldn't discover an album until the second or third single. I mean, like if you had a successful album back in the day, if you made three videos, that was a successful album. If you made like four to five, that was like an amazing album. And then like people like Michael Jackson, and that's what I'm saying. That's how long this dates. Michael Jackson would make seven music videos for one album, and like that's like like that's like unheard of, whatever. So like yeah, think about like so. And this is maybe for a little bit for younger people to realize, but that's how music was, right? Music videos was based off of, or the amount of music videos you put out kind of dictated the success. And yeah, it just doesn't do that anymore. But she's saying put them out the same day. I don't know if that's true. I think that what happens is like when artists put out music, they just put out music. They don't keep trying to get people to listen to that same album, because the way we listen to music now with streaming, it makes it so disposable, because we want the next thing, we want the next thing, we want the next thing, because we have so many options. But like when you had to buy a CD, you were literally listening to one album a week. You know what I mean? You might have been listening to the same album for a couple months for without changing, like, and you listen to the same 17 songs. You know what I mean? Says the way music videos okay, do nothing for us crazy. Somebody says, oh no, I did not want to do that. Let's see. People lost interest, but you know why? It's because they took away all music video TV shows. So that is another reason too. There's no curation. I talk about that a lot of times too. So artists don't have anywhere to premiere them. Remember 106 at Park, Fuse, MTV, and Revolt were all dedicated to music. They do help with streams slash charts. 100 million streams gets a Vivo award. So yeah, there's no platform for this type of stuff anymore. And I do think I would think that with the advances of podcasts, that there would be more like music shows. And I think one of the last vestiges of like a music show was Everyday Hustle, right? Everyday Hustle with Joe Budden and Academics, and then later with Academics and like Wayno and all these other guests and Nadeska. That was like the last like music show that we had, and that end, well, the Joe Budden era ended in like 2017, 2018. But yeah, like that was like the last time we had like that kind of show where it was artists coming on there to either talk about their music and like I said, podcasts exist and artists are doing that, but a lot of times podcasts are way more niche and podcasts get into like deeper stories, unknown stories. Like they don't really report what everybody has already seen. You know what I mean? They start talking about like behind the scenes type of like that's what they're talking about on these podcasts. It's these older a lot of times these older artists and then they're asking creative questions a lot of times as to like, yo, what happened with this? And then they're getting these stories about like music as opposed to like it just being a promotion thing. And I even me, like even with local artists, I always thought like, oh, we could definitely do something like that. But there's just not a market for it. And again, music videos what does it do? Especially for underground artists, a music video might take you to the next level, but or your music video just gonna sit on YouTube all day. Let's see see if I support anything else that they say here. But yeah, I agree with those points. All right, this person says, uh, it says because one, nobody watches after the first 3 days. Yep. Two, labels give no budget. Three, they stop promoting music videos. Four, my channels are basically extinct now. So yeah, that's true. Number five, dumb people post the whole thing on here or TikTok, so nobody bothers to watch the video. So yes, that's another thing too. It's like when it comes to like copyright infringement and stuff like that. Um, People like bootleg shit and like yeah, so I'll watch a post of a video as opposed to watching the video, you know what I mean, because it was just more convenient to watch there. The videos are somebody said the videos are horrible. The way the internet had me hooked on that Joyride edit for Kesha better than the actual music videos. Maybe the music videos are bad quality now. I don't know. I don't watch enough of them to say. These artists are so lazy these days. No music videos, no creative direction, no storytelling. So how the fuck is the VMA still a thing when nobody's even making music video anymore? Yes, I agree. I miss when music videos actually told a story based on the song and lyrics and whatnot, like a short film. What the actual fuck is going on these days, man? Half of them just be 20 shirtless niggas with guns pointed at the camera. Because okay. Oh, because we don't have music shows anymore. Artists are extremely accessible, so what's the use in waiting for something to premiere on cable that people don't even use when you can just wait for it to be posted on YouTube or TikTok or IG? That's a good point too. Which is insane because we live in a social media era. Yes, I do think it's wild that music videos are more popular. And again, they still hung on for a little bit, but if collectively if people are having this topic, that means that they're just now feeling it. I'm telling you, I'll be feeling stuff way before people start talking about it. But anyway, if artists took the time to make something dope for their visuals, there's no reason why a song wouldn't go viral. Yes, well, songs still do go viral. That's how Glorilla went viral. You know what I'm saying that's how Ice Spice went viral. They went viral because of their because one or two artists, and I think it was Drake for both of these artists, posted it on their page, and then that shit went up for them. You know what I mean? Like even before, even beyond giving a feature, they just posted it, promoted it, and then yeah, then it took off. So yeah, so there's definitely reasons. I agree with all those reasons, and a lot of those reasons are similar to the talking points that I have about this. So, but it's definitely it's definitely eye opening, but like I'm just surprised that it's taking people this long to kind of like realize, that medium does not serve the same purpose as it once did.